All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to Night Moves here for Tuesday, February 3rd. We've got a great night of NBA action lined up, as well as some games on the ice as we get ready to head into the Olympic break. And we've selected 5 great college basketball games from the exciting Tuesday card. Let me know what you're on here on a Tuesday. Get ready for a great night of action here on Super Bowl week. It's going to be a great game on Sunday. Can we get it here soon enough? Well, the good thing we'll have some sports betting action to keep us ready to go in form for this Sunday's big game between the Patriots and, of course, the Seahawks. Current line still sits at Seahawks minus 4.5. We are seeing a little bit of tick up on that total over the last 24 hours since we last spoke. Still 45 at some of the sharp books, but we're seeing right now 45.5, some 46 under out there a little bit at some of the square shops. So what are you guys up to with Super Bowl here this week? All right, hey, we had a pretty good night of action on Monday. We can take a look at a few of the results here while we let some folks get ready to come on in. And I want to hear from you in the chat as well. Let me know you're out there and ready to go with our picks here from the chat pros. But, hey, we did have a pretty good night here on Night Moves last night with our picks on the show. We had, how about it, the Memphis Grizzlies there in their game against the Wolves. We took the Grizzlies plus the points in that win at home over Minnesota last night. Kind of hammered them down to the Grizzlies, 137 to 128. Also, yesterday here we had winners in the National Hockey League. Plenty of winners actually in the National Hockey League. We had Ottawa here yesterday. It's one of our winners on the show. Also brought it home yesterday here on Night Moves with the Vancouver Canucks and Utah Mammoth. Late action here. It was 6-2. Utah got the win in that one, and we also brought it home with Toronto, the 4-2 win over Calgary. Some of the highlights on the NHL card from Monday, and also in college basketball, brought home several winners here, including Boston U Holy Cross game to go under. We had that one here on Night Moves yesterday. Also brought home the winner with Syracuse and North Carolina game to go over. Also Kansas and Texas Tech under. Idaho State and Portland State over, and Weber State and Sacramento State over. So, yeah, we had a few winners here in college basketball on Monday night for sure. I think looking back at a few of those games here anyway on Monday night in college basketball, definitely had some wild finishes there. Kansas, they were up and down in that game, weren't they? They were up, then they were down, came back and got the win late after it felt like they had almost kind of given up on it a little bit, and they got the win over Texas Tech there last night. North Carolina really did rock Syracuse in that game. And that big one in the Southland, Stephen F. Austin did get the win over McNeese State in that big showdown game in the Southland. So home court ruled in that one, a 7-point win, 67-60, with Stephen F. Austin getting that big win in that conference. All right, and I think we've got enough in here right now to kind of get rolling with the show. But first, I want to let everybody know that you can go over to Tony'sPicks.com and get our premium picks here for Tuesday night. Head on over to Tony's Picks. take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. Let's bring it up here. There we go. There we go. I'm ready to go. Let's see who's on top. Vegas Al with a 2-0 day yesterday. Hopefully you tuned in to Vegas Al earlier tonight. He had a great preview of the action here as well for Tuesday. He previewed some great college basketball games. We'll go over a couple of the same ones, but some other ones in here as well. Stephen Duncan, good night on the ice there. 5-2-1. Joey Tron and Stax McKelvey, 3-0 on Monday. Shane Mickle, 3 winners. Jorge Gonzalez, my Vegas pal here, another Vegas guy, 2-0. Al Ninos, 1-0. Ron Hahn, 1-0. Tony T, 1-0. Chris Atkins, 1-0. I see everybody up there except Ramon Scott, pretty much. I lost my only premium pick, so we'll get him here on Tuesday. Click on the All Cappers tab. That's how you'll find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. You can check out my previous record over at Tony's Picks. Sign up for 3 days. My All Sports Premium Pass here for just $99 over at Tony'sPicks.com. You have plenty of action here with me. Monday was a little light, but we're going to be real strong here on Tuesday with the big 10-game card in the NBA, 7 games on the ice, and the great college basketball card. So check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all those premium pick packages. The long-term packages are already discounted for purchase. So check me out over at Tony's Picks. You can see the upcoming tab. Everybody's got their games loaded up here for a Tuesday. And we're going to make some picks here and get some winners on Tuesday right now here on Night Move. So let's see who's joining us here today. We got Only Bands. He's ready to go. Trailblazers money line. There you go. There's your pick right there. They're taking on the Suns here. Timmy Tushu ready to go, and Gaming Gang joining me. Those are the chat pros here tonight to keep me going and keep me moving the show along here, and we'll hopefully get some picks from some other folks in the chat. You're welcome to comment with me, and I show your picks on the screen. Get you noted for your handicapping success here on Night Moves. All right, let's get started here with the NBA with our 10-game card. Let's look at them all here on Tuesday night. Started off with New York Knicks on the road, taking on Washington Wizards here. Knicks continuing to be hot right now on a winning streak. And not only that, 13-point favorites here against the Wizards coming in, a team that they do have some success against for sure. Now the Knicks have won and covered 6 straight right now, 31-18 on a real good run here. Washington, meanwhile, just 3-10 in their last 13 games straight up, but they've covered 4 out of their last 5, getting points quite often here, getting plenty of points. They have won 3 of their last 4 games, but last time they were getting nearly this many points, it was against the Charlotte Hornets of all teams, and they were covered in a 119-115 loss. They did lose the Lakers, I should mention, by 31 points at home just 2 games ago as a 10.5-point dog, but still Wizards covering the spread here a little bit. Now the Knicks are 4-1 against the spread against Washington in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Washington's gone under in 9 of their last 12 games at home. The Knicks have gone under in 8 of their last 15, but the Knicks are 24-15. 24-19 to the over as a favorite. Knicks have gone under in 8 straight games here right now, but I would think they're going to put up a big number here at 226. Man, this is perplexing because I want to take the over in this game, actually, between the Knicks and the Wizards, despite this hardcore Knicks streak right now of 8 straight unders. I don't know if the Wizards will slow them down effectively enough here. I'm going to take the over in this one. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The teams did meet back in November. It was 119-102. The Knicks won and covered at home. It did go under that night, 234.5, but this is 226. That number still went under that, but I'm going to go over in this one with the Knicks and the Wizards here on Tuesday. All right, hello to Cal Dog. He's ready to go here. And also, let's see, Cal Dog likes the over in this one with me. Look, the Knicks, part of their success here has been obviously with their solid defensive play here right now. And usually on the road, they're a little bit limited in scoring, but I just don't think the Wizards are going to slow them enough here to make a difference necessarily in this one as far as the total is concerned. So I'm going to buck that trend here a little bit and go over. Miles McBride is questionable here. Mitch Robb, he's out for the Wizards. Vucevic, he is questionable. Trey Johnson is out of this one, and Alex Sarr is probable. Nuggets and Pistons. NBA action here for Tuesday. Hello. Nuggets coming in here 33-17. The Pistons 36-12. Hey, we got potential for, this is a good matchup here. Detroit favorite at home over this Denver team. Well, we know right now still with Nikola Jokic here finally getting back into the swing of things. But still, Detroit at home getting so much respect here as a 4-point favorite in this one. They've won a couple in a row here and having some good run here of late. Crushed Brooklyn by, oh gosh, how many points was it the other night? 53 points in that game at home. Man, they smashed them. Also, Detroit with a win at Golden State, 131-124 as part of their great run here right now. Detroit's won 8 of their last 10 overall. Denver, though, comes in having won 10 of their last 15, and Denver also 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games coming in. They've won and covered 5 straight against the Denver Nuggets. These two teams had their first meeting of the year just a few days ago. Detroit won it at Denver 109-107 as a 7-point favorite in that game. But again, with Nikola Jokic here back, and man, you're getting points on the road with Denver here. Detroit's been awesome, but Detroit's lost the last 5 meetings to Denver at home. Yes, Detroit is playing at a new heights, if you will, right now. But I think I'm going to grab Denver in this one, plus the points here. Christian Braun is still questionable here, and Karis LeVert's questionable here for the Pistons. I'm taking Denver in this one, plus 4. Let's see what the chat has in this game. And it's going to be Sarr with his points and boards here for Timmy Chushu. And Robot Glock says, who is James Harden going to be starting for next? The hot rumor now all of a sudden is Cleveland. Maybe they would trade him for Garland. It doesn't seem quite like a fair trade for Cleveland if they did that, but that seems to be the hottest rumor anyway. And obviously it wouldn't be that soon, but Robot Glock says, maybe because of Jokic's, minutes concerns here, that maybe he could sit this game possibly, and maybe that's a little bit of worked into the line a little bit. Is that what it is? I'm going to take the Nuggets here, plus 4 against the Pistons. Obviously, a pretty good series for Denver here over the last 3 seasons between the two teams. Denver's definitely put it down on them here. But like I said, Detroit did get the win the other night. So could it be revenge on the road? I'm going to take 4 points here. They played a very close game in Denver last week. Cal Dog likes the under here. Yeah, the last one, 216 points total. Mr. Wesker says Joker scores per minute. That's the issue when you're fading him. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the Nugs in this one. Okay, the Utah Jazz are going to take on Indiana Pacers here, NBA action for Tuesday night. Uh, yeah, I've got some also rans here right now, but Pacers are playing okay here. They've definitely won a few games here of late. They've racked up wins here against Atlanta, Chicago, and Oklahoma City. They're also covering the numbers here of late. Indiana's gone 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games at home. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall. However, they're just 7-13 straight up in their last 20. Utah, though, comes in here with a 6-game losing streak and just 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. The cover was the last game against Toronto as they covered 10.5 on the road in a 7-point loss. Utah's covered 5 of the last 7 meetings against the Indiana Pacers. Pacers have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Utah's gone under in 4 of their last 6. These two teams met back in November. Utah won it at home 152 to 128 to 280 points scored in that game. Right now, Indiana 2-5 to the under as a favorite, but Utah 27-18 to the over as an underdog. Indiana is 17-10 against the spread at home coming in. I'm going to take Utah in this game plus 4 points in this one. I'm more interested in Utah here, I think, right now. 2 bad teams going here, and I'm going to take these points. It's down to 3.5 at a few spots here. Now, Nurkic is out of this game. Keontae George is out as well for the Jazz, but I'm going to take him here plus the points. I like him to maybe even upset Indiana here on Tuesday night. Cal Dogs on the Pacers here. And neither team wants the W, says Robot Glock. Jazz need to lose more, so the Pacers will cover. Mr. Weskers can't fade the Pacers. He's tried to. Timmy Two Shoes says the Pacers are not very good. And Mr. Westbrook says the Jazz kind of fake it there sometimes when they're trying to win, I think, and then they just end up looking terrible in the end. Gaming Gang likes Pascal to get his point prop total over, it looks like. And Timmy Two Shoes also likes Utah here with me. I'm going to take Utah to end this losing streak here, or at least get the money in this one. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the road, taking on the Brooklyn Nets. NBA action here for Tuesday night. Both teams coming in off of a loss. Brooklyn lost to Detroit Pistons, of course, as we just mentioned, by just 53 points on the road as a 14-point dog. Before that, they did cover 3 in a row, including a win over Utah on the road, 109-99. For Brooklyn, that was the end of a long road trip. And now they're back home here taking on the Lakers, who are coming in off of a loss to the Knicks. We had the Knicks in that one over the Lakers. Before that, they did play at Washington. Now, this better be the last game of this road trip for the Lakers. I watched the Grammys last night, so I know that they can get back home here soon. I guess it takes another day to break down the stage and everything there at the elaborate Grammys. We saw, I like that 12-12 song, though, by the way. It didn't win, but I sure thought it was a good song. I'm kind of behind the times, I think. I guess the song's a year old, but all right. Anyways, Lakers did beat Washington before that, but this has been a long road trip here for sure for the Lakers, and they have lost 2 of their last 3 games coming in. They're also just 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games against the Brooklyn Nets. Lakers have gone under in 6 of their last 8. They've gone under in 5 of their last 7 on the road, and they've also gone under in 15 of the last 19 games at Brooklyn. That's basically the last 20 years, once a year. But well, it's still a trend. If that means anything to you. Brooklyn's covered 5 of their last 6 games at home coming in, despite losing 8 of their last 9 overall. Brooklyn's covered 4 of their last 6 coming in. Lakers are still 17-11 against the spread as a favorite. Now, for the Brooklyn Nets here, they did. These two teams have not met yet this year, but like I said, Brooklyn was on a 3-game cover streak with road covers at Phoenix, Denver, and Utah before they got dumped by Detroit big time in that last game. Lakers wins on this road trip, in addition to the Washington game, were Chicago and Dallas. See what you got in the chat here in this one between the Lakers and the Nets. I'm sure the Lakers will be able to get this win eventually, but these are the type of games that, Brooklyn will just end up probably getting in there and getting this money at 8.5. Michael Porter Jr., he is upgraded to probable. Zaire Williams is questionable. Clowney's questionable here. Austin Reeves is questionable for the Lakers. You can't like his chances the way this injury has been going with him, but let's see what you got in the chat. I think Cal Dog likes the over here. Robot Clock has the Nets to cover. And Timmy Two Shoes does like Michael Porter Jr. to get 25 points, 7 boards, and 4 threes for a parlay. And it thinks the Lakers will beat him up. But Robot Clock says, is he playing? Yeah, he's going to be back in. I'm pretty sure about that. And Robot Glock says MPJ going to be on the trading block here for the Nets. Got to get him out there with the advertising, right? All right. Hey, I'm going to grab the Nets in this one against the Lakers tonight. I'm going to take the 8.5 points here with the Brooklyn Nets. Atlanta Hawks at Miami Heat, NBA action here for Tuesday. Got the Heat favored on the road here against the Hawks. Hawks have lost a couple of games in a row here coming in to Houston and to Indiana. Meanwhile, for Miami, they came in off of that three-game set, like a baseball series. A 3-game set over Chicago where they won and covered 2 of them, once at home and once on the road, although Chicago did beat Miami for one of those 3 games here in Miami. But, hey, Miami still took care of them for the series there, I guess you could say. The Bulls come in here the Hawks come in here 17-11 against the spread as an underdog, although Miami pretty good ATS, 29-21 so far this season. Miami's won and covered 4 of their last 6 games. Atlanta's won and covered 4 of their last 6 as well. But Atlanta's just 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games against the Miami Heat. Miami's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games overall, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Let's hear from you in the chat. And this one, look at this total at 239. These two teams met back in late December, and it was 126-111 in favor of the Heat. They won and cover. They won as a 3-point dog on the road in that one. Let's go to the chat in this one, see what you have here. The Hawks and the Heat. Heat are coming in here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Over for Timmy Two Shoes. There we go. He's on the over here in this one at 239. Yeah, I mean, that's the only intimidating thing. Look, it's a high total, and you'd think if you got a high total, you'd have 2 teams that go over a lot. Now, not necessarily, right? I mean, the total is a barrier if you're trying to determine, but if it's going to be this high, you have basically these teams, both of them are 26 overs and 25 unders this season. So I have my, I don't want to say doubts here. I mean, Miami has definitely been going over here of late. This series, I said, this series has been an over series, but never really over this number in any of the last games over the last couple of years. In fact, the last game, their total, in that game that I mentioned, the 126-111 game for 237 points, that seems pretty high and very close to this number. The total in that game was 250 and a half. So, oh man, I know what you're saying there. Cal Dogs on the Heat. And I'll take the Miami Heat here as well. Give me the Heat at home to get this money against the Hawks here in this one. Hey, the Boston Celtics are taking on the Dallas Mavericks. NBA action here. Peacock game of the night here in Dallas. Boston comes in here with a couple of wins of late. Of course, these teams have not met yet so far this season. First meeting between Boston and Cooper Flag. Boston coming in here off 2 straight wins at 31-18 right now. Wins over Sacramento and Milwaukee. They got the money in both those, laying double digits. For Dallas here, they've lost 4 in a row, but covered the last 2 against Charlotte and Houston here. Dallas continues to be a pretty nice cover at home and as a dog. They're 19-14 against the spread as an underdog, 16-12 against the spread at home. But Boston's 15-10 against the spread on the road. Boston comes in here having won 5 of their last 7, despite going 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. Boston's gone 8-2-1 against Dallas against the spread in the last 11 meetings between these two teams. Dallas has covered 6 of their last 8 coming into this one, although they've lost 4 of their last 5 overall. Boston's gone under in 5 straight games coming in. Dallas has gone under in 10 of their last 15, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Boston's gone under in 22 of 35 games as a favorite. I got to take the under here in this one with Boston and Dallas. Pretty big number to lay on the road. Dallas has done a good job covering some spreads here. It does feel just a tad high, but I think the old algorithm might be still favoring Boston a little bit. But Dallas seems to hang in there. They're getting more wise every game, I think is the way I'd put it. Okay, here we go. Gaming Gangs on the under here, I believe, in this one. Mr. Weskers does like Boston to cover it on the road. And Mr. Weskers not a big fan of Jason Kidd out there. Looking a little lost sometimes. Robot Glock says take the Celtics. And Cal Dog here liking the under as well. I got to go under here in this one. All right, next up, Chicago Bulls are at the Milwaukee Bucks. NBA action here for Tuesday night. Got a couple of teams struggling right now in the Central here with the Bulls. They did pick up a win the other night over Miami, as I mentioned, but did lose 2 of the 3 to them. And yeah, they're on a little bit of a rough run, but not anything quite like the Bucks here. They've got to get this Giannis situation. This franchise is just lost right now with the prospect of losing their superstar here and really no direction at this point. Chicago certainly at least has a little bit of pulse here, despite the fact they continue to play pretty poorly right now. Chicago's lost 4 of their last 5 and failed to cover in those 4 games as well. They are just 1-4 against the spread against the Bucks in the last 5 meetings. Bucks have failed here in 5 straight. Losers of 5 straight. Not covered any spreads here at all. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under here. You look at these two. You got Milwaukee 10-16 to the under as an underdog. The Bucks are 9-13. The Bulls are 9-13 to the under as a favorite here. Milwaukee's gone under in 5 of their last 7. The Bucks have gone under in 5 of their last 7. Bulls here favored, obviously with the Bucks struggling and everything, and yeah, maybe the Bulls were able to get a win over the Heat. We know they're still struggling as well, but the Bulls are still a crummy favorite. 6-15 ATS is a favorite, so I'm just gonna take another under here. Give me the under in this one at 225 between the Bucks and the Bulls here on Tuesday. Cal Dog is on the Bulls here. All right, the Magic are taking on the Thunder. Whoops. I come the thud. All right, here we go. Magic and Thunder NBA action here for Tuesday with the Magic 25-23 right now. They've won 2 of their last 3, although they're coming in off of a loss last time out to the Spurs on the road here. 112-103 is a 5-point dog for Oklahoma City. They finally got a win here. Well, actually, they've won 2 of their last 3, but one was against New Orleans. But they got a nice win at Denver last time out, 121-111, when there was some doubts here about OKC. They were not covering. They did cover that one as a 7.5-point favorite, so good for OKC. We kidded because they've been so successful this season, but still they've won 9 of their last 13, but just 1-6 against the spread their last 7 games at home, usually just laying too many points. They're 1-4 in their last 5 ATS overall. Orlando here comes in 2-5 ATS in their last 7 and 2-5 straight up as well. They've gone just 3-11 in the last 14 games against the spread versus Oklahoma City, and Orlando just 8-16 against the spread on the road here. So I'm going to probably roll with the Thunder here in this one. Thunder have gone over in 6 of their last 8 games, but Orlando's gone under in 4 of their last 6. They've still gone over in 8 of their 14 games as an underdog. I'm going to take the Thunder here to rock one here against the Magic tonight. Look, they might be feeling a little bit of pressure just to win some games here after actually having one of their, probably their coldest streak of the season, if you could even call it that, for the Thunder here. And good on the Magic for grabbing a couple of wins here of late. They're fighting here to stay above 500, battling for the postseason. See what you got here in this one. Orlando and OKC here on Tuesday night. And it's going to be Jimmy Choo Shoes here on OKC. And Gaming Gang. Oh, do I have the line wrong here? 6.5 at DraftKings. Wow. Yeah, I must have the line wrong then, because no place is going to be that far off. Yeah, and let me update that. I'm a little stale here. Well, I had it at 7 there, right? Oh, I have it at 7.5. Yeah, and mostly 7s and 7.5s out there, and I do see the 6.5 minus $1.12 over there at DraftKings. So looks like a move here to Orlando a little bit. All right, let's see. Mr. Weskers likes Bain to get a technical foul. Cal Dog says OKC, but he'd rather lay here 5 points or so. Mr. Weskers likes Bain being physical out there. And how about that injury list in this one? Man, we better take a look at this. You guys mentioned it here. You got Chet here questionable, SGA questionable, guard Jalen Williams is out, Hartenstein questionable, AJ Mitchell questionable, Caruso questionable as well. Lots of pieces missing here for the Thunder. Franz Wagner is out for the Magic. So, yeah, I could see the little bit of a move there. I'm going to still lay it with the Thunder. Hopefully get a couple of these guys in the lineup here on Tuesday night. And another one with injury concerns here with the Sixers taking on the Warriors here. We already know that Curry is out of this game here for the Warriors, and that's why it's down to 1.5 or so. But Philly's coming in off the back-to-back following yesterday's win last night against the Clippers. Now they'll travel up to take on the Warriors here. So a couple factors, obviously, here. The Sixers are playing terrific. 4 straight wins right now for the Sixers over Milwaukee, Sacramento, New Orleans, and the Clippers. Yeah, those were some easy games before, but they did come through with flying colors against the Clippers, the Hardenless Clippers, there last night. I did see my man Kobe Sanders in there for the Clippers, but they were kind of getting the runaround there by the Sixers there yesterday. The Warriors, meanwhile, come in here off of a loss to Detroit, 131-124 at home as a 2.5-point favorite. They were able to beat Utah before that. Sixers have been terrific on the road, 15-5 against the spread this season. For Philadelphia's road success continues here. This is just the second game of this road trip, but still a 4-game win streak. Philadelphia has won just 2 of the last 6 meetings against Golden State Warriors, going 1-5 against the spread in those 6 games. So maybe the Warriors have had the general success against this team. These two teams met back in December. The Sixers won it at home, 99-98, as a 4.5-point favorite. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but the Warriors have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games overall. But these two teams in general, I mean, you got a Golden State team that's 30-20 to the over this season and 25-12 to the over as a favorite. But will they even be a favorite here come game time, the way this thing's moving? That's 1.5 or 2 here for Philadelphia, for Golden State here right now. And let's see what you have in this one before I make my call with Golden State and Philly. I want to go to the chat first on this one. You guys are ready to go here. All right. Let's see. Mr. Wesker says Dre is going to get a T. Cal Dog likes the over here. And let's see. Oh, Robot Glock says no. Oh, okay. I'm not showing. I'm showing Embiid in this game. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Man, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm looking around here. I'm trying to get this info straight. I cannot find a report with Embiid out of this game. I'm afraid I'm going to have to say Embiid is in here. Also, I've got Dre in this game as well, Robot. Man. All right. I might have to dial it back here on this one a little bit. My info should not be that far off here, but okay. Power Critters on the Sixers here. Dimitri had the 76ers yesterday, of course. Timmy's on the under here. And I'm just trying to roll through and try to see if I can get some of those injury updates that you guys seem to be on there. Dimitri's on the over. Who's scoring for the Warriors, says Mr. Westers here with this lineup, especially the way the Sixers can lock down on some of these guys, right? Also, I think, is Moody also on the list here? Well, he's gonna be in there. Okay, Robot says, Will Embiid will have to rest because he just played yesterday, so he should be out tomorrow. Okay. Cal Dog says no defense. This will be a shootout. That's probably the case, but again, the Warriors do have to come up with some scoring somehow. Dre to shoot. Mr. Weskers likes his threes to go over. Will the Warriors get Giannis? Says Cal Dog here. I was looking at that tonight on Kalshi. Miami is the favorite to get Giannis, I believe, and then the Warriors. I thought that was interesting. Robot says he played 32 minutes. You know he's going to have to sit this one out. All right. I'm taking the Sixers here. Give me the Sixers against the Warriors. And one more here on Tuesday night. The Phoenix Suns are going to take on the Portland Trailblazers. Man, Portland. What happened, Portland? We were rolling with Portland. We were making winning bets with Portland here, and now everything's kind of gone south. Meanwhile, Phoenix continues to look good. They did come up in off of a loss, though, last game, losing to the Clippers. They got crushed there at home, 117-93 to snap their 3-game winning streak. But Portland right now, they've lost 5 straight, 1-4 against the spread in those 5 games. Phoenix here, 2-4 ATS, 6-3 straight up in their last 9. Phoenix has gone under in 11 of their last 16 games. They're 8-15 to the under as a favorite. Favorite here for sure against Portland. Portland 12-20 to the under as an underdog. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. Portland's covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. You know, Phoenix is the stronger cover here. They're just flat out good. I mean, they're 16-7 ATS as a favorite, but Portland's 19-13 ATS as a dog. I'm just going to take the under in this one with Phoenix and Portland. Give me the under here in this one. And let's see what you guys have here for this one. Jimmy Choo Shoes likes the under. Mr. Weskers wants to take Portland. I do too. I think I'm probably going to – I feel like I'm going to end up on Portland here. I'm going to take the under for now. But, you know – Phoenix looks terrific, right? They're covering spreads. Portland, I don't want to give them the do tag here because they have not looked good at all in these last few games. I mean, losing to Washington. Hey, I was on Washington, though, in that game, but let's see here. Cal Dog likes the under in this one. All right, I guess that's it for the NBA, you guys. Thanks a lot. Great handicaps there for the action here on Tuesday night in that 10-game card. Really appreciate it. All right, we've got some college basketball action. I've got the 5 best games, I think, here. Maybe not the best games. I think I've got 5 key games here on Tuesday. Because yesterday, I picked a few games that, you know, some days I'm like, let's pick some games that are like near pick 'em, but then they're like 5-13. I guess that was to be expected on that card on Monday, but I think we got some better matchups here. We got the matchup of the year right here in the Mid-American Conference right now. That's what we got. Let's get into it here with Miami of Ohio and Buffalo right now. Battle here with Buffalo. They're 4-6 in conference play, but I'm kidding you. I mean, watch out for Buffalo. I feel like they'll be live here in this game. Now, we know Miami of Ohio, 22-0, 10-0. That's what I'm talking about. 10-0 in conference play. You got to feel like the bubble's going to burst here soon. Buffalo's been, what can you say? They've been a big disappointment, actually, here after a great start to the season. Remember back when they were 13-2 earlier this season? They played Miami of Ohio so tough in that first game, 105-102 in overtime. Miami of Ohio won that game, but since then Buffalo have, more losses here. They did beat Bowling Green a couple of games ago to pick up a win, but they've kind of gone south a little bit here after they were in strong contention there early on. So Miami of Ohio still only a 1-game lead over Akron right now, and 3 games over Kent. So it's starting to come down to Miami of Ohio and Akron here. But, Buffalo, they still have Daniel Freitag. Maybe they can still stay within this number. They're 14-8 overall this season. It's just that they've had some losses here, coming in off of a loss to Ohio at home, 95-83. They did beat Bowling Green on the road as a 7.5-point dog, so just inconsistent, it feels like. Talking about the Buffalo Bulls. All right, I'm ready to hear from you in the chat. This big one here in the MAC on Tuesday, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time. Miami of Ohio here is 15-5 against the spread. Their last 20 games overall, they've covered 7 of the last 8 games against the Buffalo Bulls. The one they didn't cover was that last one. They were favored by 10.5 in that game, by the way. Buffalo's 2-5 ATS in their last 7. They've dropped 6 of their last 7 overall. 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but I'm actually going to take the under in this one at 162. I'd be worried about Buffalo getting their quota of points here in this one. I mean, you're basically going to need both teams near 80 points here. I'm going to take the under. I know that last one was outrageous there with that 105-102 finish. Did go overtime, still would have went over in regulation, but look, I can't read you the trends necessarily. Miami is 12-3 to the over as a favorite here, but I'm taking the under in this one this time. Okay, here we go. Anything with this one, gang? Mr. Westers likes Miami O. ATS. Cow Dog likes Miami O. Timmy Chushu says, feels like a trap. Going to take Buffalo. All right. Illinois Chicago Flames taking on Murray State Racers. College basketball action here for Tuesday. We got a good one here, don't we? Check and look at the current standings here. Man, Murray State 8-4, 2 games back of Belmont. Illinois Chicago is 8-4, 2 games back of the Belmont Bruins. So winner here gets second place and still be able to chase down possibly Belmont. Here for UIC, they do come in 13-10. They're on a long winning streak here right now, and that's propelled them up the standings here. Murray State, meanwhile, 4 straight losses coming in. Murray with losses to Drake, UNI, Illinois State, and the Belmont Bruins, 103-86. Last time out at Belmont, they were 3.5-point dogs and really didn't come close. For Illinois Chicago, this terrific winning streak, they just beat Southern Illinois last game out, 68-66 on the road as a 4-point dog there in that one. Also, they beat Indiana State at home before that. They didn't cover the spread in that one, but they've been covering the spread for the most part in general here over the last several games. UIC is 7-1 against the spread. Their last 8 overall, they've won 8 straight games coming in. Murray State, meanwhile, just 1-4, 0-4 in their last 4 games, as I mentioned, and 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Still, Murray State 10-1 at home straight up this season. UIC just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against Murray State. See what you have here in this one. These two teams did meet in their first matchup on New Year's Day. It was 81-77 Murray got the win as a 5.5-point favorite. They did not cover in that game. Let's see what you got here. Can Murray turn it around here on these guys? Okay, here we go in the chat. Nope, nothing for nobody in this one. All right. I'm going to go with the under in this one with Illinois, Chicago, and Murray State. Give me the under here in this big game for second place in the Missouri Valley right now. Look, Murray's going one direction, UIC's going in the other. I guess if it wasn't for these streaks, I'd be on Murray here, but they are struggling here a little bit, and Murray still kind of holds over in the series a little bit. They did win the meeting here last year, 65-53 is a 3.5 point favorite. So, all right, Robot says too many points for Murray to cover. He'll take UIC. Thank you, Robot. Had to get somebody in on this game, huh? All right, let's go to the Mountain West here on Tuesday. I'm going to take a look at Nevada and Boise as our Mountain West game of the night here. It should get a little bit of movement here in conference play tonight. You got Nevada 8-3. They're in fourth place, but just one game back at the standings. We have a three-way tie atop the standings at 9-2. So Nevada can move within a half a game if they could win. Boise's favored here. They're 5-6 right now in conference play, 13-9 overall. Nevada comes in here 16-6 overall coming into this one. For Nevada here, they're on a 2-game winning streak coming in with wins over Grand Canyon and UNLV. They're on a pretty good cover streak right now. Are the Nevada Wolfpack. Meanwhile, for Boise State here, they did lose at Grand Canyon last time out, 88-69 as a 1.5 point dog, but you had to be on Grand Canyon in that game. Come on. For Boise here, they have won and covered 4 of their last 5 coming in. They were on a 4-game winning streak before that loss at Grand Canyon. Wins and covers over Colorado State, Wyoming, Air Force, and San Jose. They were favored in all 4 games. Boise's gone over in 7 straight. 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over. They did play the first meeting already. It was 81-66 in favor of the Wolfpack at Nevada as a 3.5 point favorite. So Nevada was able to get the money in that one on the road. Nevada's won 12 of their last 15 coming in. They're 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 games overall are the Nevada Wolfpack. Nevada just 5-4 against the spread as a road dog, but Boise 4-9 against the spread at home this season. Usually they're just laying too many points here. So let's see what you have here in this one. Talk about a little bit of a tough cap here. Let's see what you have. I want to know what you have, and then I'll make my call here, I think, in this one. Boise's gone, or Nevada's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Let's see here. Timmy Choo Shoes likes Nevada plus the points. Cal Dogs on Nevada. All right, I'm just going to have to take the over in this one. I agree with you guys saying it might be a little bit tough in this one, but I do like the over 145 here, I think. Like I said, 9 of the last 11 meetings have gone over. Boise's gone over in 7 straight. They are, like I said, 4-9 to the under at home right now for the Boise Broncos here, but I'm going to go with the over in this one. Robot says Nevada on the money line today. All right, let's go to the A10 tonight for first place St. Louis. Why not? Taking on Davidson on the road. Well, hey, they still can be tough here right now, even though this St. Louis team is on fire here, 21-1 overall. Coming into this one, creeping up the charts here, ranked 19th. For Davidson here, they're 5-4 in conference play, 13-8 overall. They have lost 2 of their last 3, but they're coming in off of a win over Richmond on the road, 79-54. They were a 1.5 point dog in that one. Before that, they did have consecutive losses to VCU and to Richmond, but this St. Louis team right now, they're the talk of the land with their current string of victories here. They're also 6-3 against the spread in their last 9. I think they've won 10 straight here coming in. Let's see, 15 straight. The nation's 4th longest active win streak coming in. The last time their only loss was to Stanford back on November 28th. That was at a neutral site tournament. So for St. Louis here, they're not covering them all, but man, they're getting it done. 12-7 against the spread as a favorite. Davidson just 4-8 against the spread at home coming into this one. Davidson also 3-6 to the under as an underdog. St. Louis 2-4 to the under on the road. Let's see what you have here. Can this be the night that St. Louis falls? St. Louis has gone under in 5 of their last 6. Davidson's gone under in 5 of their last 6. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and 5 straight meetings between the two teams at Davidson has gone under. I'm just going to take the under here in this one between St. Louis and Davidson. Cal Dog is on St. Louis here. And Robot Glocks is probably going to take 10 plus here. Jimmy's got the under here with me. He says, can Davidson even score enough to get it over? St. Louis would have to score 90, right? And that's what we've seen, I think, in some of these St. Louis games. They've been so dominant. They haven't really – now, they did go over against Dayton. It was 102-71, but 79 points in the GW game. That went under. 97-62 against Bonaventure. That still went under. 81-77 against Duquesne, an under. 88-63 against Richmond, an under. So these, this one is considerably lower. All those totals were a good 15, some upwards of 5 to 15 points higher than this. But I think when you're going up against Davidson right now, I think that's what you're looking at here, and I'm going to take the under. And Timmy says got a murder beat up in here. Okay, and let's see, what was one other? Robot Glock says, I don't even see any 10s out there anymore, Ramon. All right. Okay, let's see here. We're down to 9.5s anywhere. Well, I'm showing 10 at Circa right now, so that's usually my standard line, I'm afraid. Also, it's, I believe, 10 at Bovada and 10 at the South Point here in Las Vegas. And I got one more, I think, here in college ball on Tuesday night. Hopefully that'll be a good 5 games to cover. We've got North Carolina State taking on SMU. ACC action here for Tuesday night. Wolfpack comes in here on a 4-game winning streak right now. They're 16-6 coming here into this one. Wins over Clemson, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, and Wake. They were favored in 3 of those, covered them all. For SMU, meanwhile, they're in here off of a loss to Louisville, 88-74 on the road as a 9.5-point dog, did not cover. Before that, they had wins over Wake and Florida State. NC State, a pretty decent cover here so far, 12-9 ATS overall. SMU, though, 9-12 ATS this season, 5-8 ATS at home for the Mustangs. For SMU coming in here, look, yes, they did lose to Louisville, obviously, on the road, but at home they were able to get that win over Florida State. I would have to think here with SMU right now. They've won 12 of their last 13 at home. This is almost a toss-up game here with NC State favored. That might be the trigger there, it feels like a little bit. The steam kind of came in on NC State here, if I'm not mistaken. They opened as low as 1.5, and they're up to 2 or 2.5 here overnight right now. SMU has gone over in 8 of their last 12. NC State's gone over in 6 of their last 7. But I don't know if the way these two teams match up feels like an under to me. Let me see what the chat. Let me go to the chat first here with this one. North Carolina State has won 6 of their last 7 overall. They've gone 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. They're They've won 5 straight on the road here. SMU's won 14 of their last 20 overall. Okay. Mr. Weskers, he's on NC State. Cal Dog likes the over here. Timmy might be going over. Mr. Wesker's on SMU. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to take NC State in this one. Give me the Wolfpack on the road here over the Mustangs. I'm going to try NC State. Been getting some numbers here. They are favored, but I'm going to lay it. Okay, I think that's it for the college basketball card here on Tuesday. We've got some action to look at in the NHL with a nice card here. And let me get into this. Here it is a 7-game card on the ice on Tuesday night. And we'll start it off with Columbus Blue Jackets, New Jersey Devils. NHL action here for Tuesday. Hey, nice little game here to get us started on the card, man. Columbus doing a nice job here of late. Columbus 27-20-7. They're on a winning streak here, are the Columbus Blue Jackets right now. Winners of 5 straight overall. They've won 4 of their last 5 on the road. New Jersey's won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but New Jersey's lost 3 of their last 4 coming in, and they have not been playing well at all. They lost to Seattle. They lost to Winnipeg. They did beat Nashville 3-2, 2 games back in overtime, and then they got beat by Ottawa a couple of nights ago, 4-1. So it's been a rough run for New Jersey. Columbus, meanwhile, just the opposite. They've looked pretty good. They've beaten teams like Dallas, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia. Chicago, St. Louis, doesn't matter. They still beat them. And then we're on the road in those games. So now we'll say this, Blue Jackets continue to be one of the worst underdogs in the league, 11-22 overall here. But I'm probably going to have to take Columbus in this one on the road. Let's see what you guys have here with Columbus and the Devils. Elvis Merzlikins expected against Markstrom here. And I'm going to take Columbus actually to win this one on the road. Give me the Blue Jackets on Tuesday night. And in the chat, we got some picks here. Cal Dogs on the Blue Jackets. Jimmy Chushu says he likes the over because Markstrom has not been playing very well. I'll take the Blue Jackets here. They've just been too hot here right now, man. They're Buffalo Junior is what they are. All right, the Ottawa Senators are on the road, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Hurricanes, $2 favorite here with Brandon Bussey in goal, I believe against Reimer in this one. The Ottawa Senators are on the back-to-back here. They were at Pittsburgh last night. We had Ottawa in that game for a win. Carolina, meanwhile, has won 3 of their last 4. So you got Ottawa with a 4-game winning streak. Carolina winning 3 of their last 4. A good matchup here, it seems like, here on Tuesday night. Ottawa with consecutive wins over VGK, Colorado, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh. Very impressive here. They didn't look great, I thought, last night, but we're still able to get that win over Pittsburgh in regulation. For Carolina, meanwhile, they won over LA last time out, 3-2 at home in overtime. I thought LA played okay in that game, but still, Carolina's been picking up the wins. I just don't think they've looked quite as good as we expect them to look over the last couple of games. For Carolina here, they've still won 7 of their last 8 at home and 6 of their last 8 overall. Ottawa's won 4 of 5, but have gone just 2-5 in their last 7 against Carolina. 12 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Ottawa's gone over in 11 of their last 16 on the road, and Carolina's 19-11 to the over at home. I'm going to take the over in this one between Ottawa and Carolina here on Tuesday night. Senators on the puck line for Cal Dog. He also likes the under here. Timmy likes the under as well. He says Reimer good enough here to keep him under 4 goals here in this one on Tuesday. I do show Reimer. I think it was Olmark. I think Olmark was in there on Monday night, right? So I think we get Reimer tonight. There were a lot of games. It escapes me right now. Jimmy says Bussy will shut out the Senators. Look, Bussy has been, look at this record. I mean, 21-3-1 for Bussy coming in. I mean, look, that's pretty strong. Hey, want to say hello to Manuel Zapata in the chat today. He's wondering, is this live or is it AI? Or is it Memorex? Is anybody old like me? Is it live or is it Memorex? All right, next up. Capitals are on the road, taking on the Flyers. NHL action here for Tuesday. You got the Flyers here favored $1.35. You see the Capitals here. Capitals are decimated in the goalie department right now. They're gonna have to go here with Garen Borklund making his NHL debut here. Logan Thompson will travel but will not dress. So Borklund, even though the Flyers are in a world of hurt right here with a 4-game losing streak and not playing very well, Washington a 3-game winning streak, but they're going to have to go with the cold rookie here. Borklund in goal here tonight, making his NHL debut. Seems very likely that he will be in there. And Vladar also here. Urson probably not ready to go here, so we're probably going to get Vladar playing in each of the last 2 games this season. So look, Flyers are favored. Going up against a rookie goalie. Philly is 11-6 as a favorite. Washington is 6-7-12 as a dog. So gonna have to overcome that a little bit because the Flyers are not playing very well, and Washington is doing a pretty decent job right now. But Philadelphia is just 3-9 straight up in their last 12 games at home against Philly. Washington's actually won 6 straight meetings between the 2 teams. Philly's gone over in 12 of their last 17. Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 9. What do you think? What do you think? Washington's lost 11 of their last 15 on the road, although they've won 4 of their last 6 overall. Mentioned Philly's woes coming in as this losing streak. They've lost 6 straight at home, and they're just 2-11 in their last 13. Wow. Here we go. Okay, Jimmy says, problem with the Caps is that they score and their goaltending. Oh, okay. Timmy's saying that the Caps, when the Caps score, they give up a lot of goals, and when their goaltending is good, they don't score. Mr. Wesker's got his cassette tapes in there, and you know what? I'd caution you, Timmy, on this one. I believe that he did miss practice yesterday, so we'll see. They've made some moves here. I'm not sure he's going to make it in the game. Actually, we'll see about that. Okay, I'm going to take the over in this one. Man, you got to think the Flyers are going to be able to win this one, aren't they? I'll go over here, but I'm thinking Flyers. Got to win. You got to end this losing streak. All right, Timmy going the over as well. All right. Penguins and Islanders NHL action here for Tuesday. Hey, the Penguins, they finally lost a game. They had that winning streak snapped last time. They lost to Ottawa 3-2 last time out. Still, the Penguins have been hot here. They're 15-7 on the road here also right now for the Islanders. Look, they've lost two in a row here. Things were going quite. You'll have to forgive me. Potapova's playing up here right now. Okay, she made me lose my place here. Okay, Pittsburgh's won 6 of their last 7 games coming into this one, but they've gone just 2-5 in their last 7 games against the Islanders. Pittsburgh still 7-1 on the road. Their last 8 games overall. Pittsburgh right now, like I said, 15-7 on the road. Islanders are 15-10 at home coming into this one. Islanders are 5 of their last 6 games have gone over. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and 7 straight meetings between the two teams at the Isles have gone over as well. So this one's almost a pick'em here, but Pittsburgh playing a little bit better than the Islanders right now. Let me go to the chat. Mr. Wesker's on the Penguins here. Cal Dog says got to go with the Penguins. And Timmy's on the under. Oh, man, I'm going with the over. I got to go with the over in this one. Man, I just went with 3 straight overs in the NHL. Look out. It's a new me. I'm turning over a new leaf. Yeah, Timmy, don't worry about it. I got to go on. I got to go over. When the Islanders and Penguins play, it just seems like it's an over every time. All right. Buffalo Sabres, Tampa Bay Lightning. Talk about, got the line just a little bit wrong there. That was the old Buffalo. Still $2 favorite, though, for the Lightning here, and my man Jonas Johansson in goal for the Lightning. Meanwhile, Colton Ellis in there for Buffalo expected here in this one. So you'll have Ellis here expected on the second game of the back-to-back with Lyon, I believe, in there in the last one. So, man, this Buffalo team is unbelievable. They won again there last night over Florida, 5-3. Very impressive third period performance there by Buffalo to get the win on the road. A game that it was in the balance there for 2 periods for sure. Tampa Bay, they come in here smoking hot. Of course, they beat Boston in that outdoor game with that incredible comeback, and they also beat Utah and Winnipeg coming in. These two teams have not even met yet this season, but it feels like a huge game here tonight with Buffalo taking on Tampa. For all this win streak, Buffalo's still 40-1 to win the Stanley Cup. I'm not going to say that Buffalo's going to win the Stanley Cup, but I don't know. They could make it to the Eastern Conference. Could they make it to the Eastern Conference finals? I don't want to say it like I'm just, trying to pump them up too much. There's obviously some great teams. Tampa Bay, like I said, they'll be taking on here. You've got to figure teams like Florida will probably get it together eventually. You got obviously Carolina playing out of their mind. Pittsburgh's looking so solid. Detroit's been incredible, but 40-1 might be worth a look-see here with those Buffalo Sabres, and maybe they can get some equity by getting to the conference finals, I would imagine, at that price, right? So let's see what you have here with this one, though, with Buffalo on the road against Tampa. A great game here for sure. Game of the night, I would think. Tampa Bay's won 8 straight at home. They won 17 of their last 19 overall. Buffalo's won 5 straight on the road and 6 of their last 7 overall. Buffalo's actually won 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams, although Tampa's won 15 of the last 20 at home against Buffalo. These two teams have not yet met this season. Buffalo is 16-12 as an underdog. Tampa Bay, though, 20-16 is a favorite. Still with a $2 price, probably tend to look more towards the puck line. Tampa Bay 17-27 as a puck line favorite. Buffalo 19-9 as a puck line dog. Got to still lay a little bit of a price here, about $1.45 or so with Buffalo on the road to take a goal and a half in this one. Maybe they'll just win outright, but I'm going to grab it here with the goal and a half with Buffalo here at minus $1.40 on the puck line. Too high of a price for what we've seen from Buffalo right now to go $2 in this one. Buffalo on the back-to-back. Lightning, they're still, even though they did have a day off, still going to be coming off of a little bit of a rush after that incredible game. It was one of the games of the year, that Tampa Bay win over Boston, coming back from 5-1 deficit in the outdoor game, going all the way to the shootout. Let's see what you got here on this one. Sabres on the puck line with me, says Cal Dog. Sabres for Mr. Weskers. Mr. Wesker says it was it got a little bit weird there. Okay, I got you on that one. Cooch, get a couple of assists, says Timmy Two Shoes. Cal Dog says he might take the Sabres here. And Mr. Weskers is still waiting for them to not take away or to put that goal back. All right, I'll take the Buffalo Sabres here on the puck line. They're just terrific, aren't they? Toronto Maple Leafs, Edmonton Oilers, NHL action here for Tuesday night. Hey, you know what? Send the Toronto. You knew you had to get this Toronto team on the road. Yeah, they lost to Seattle, but they bounced back here with wins over Vancouver and Calgary. Okay, it's Vancouver and Calgary, and now you got to take on you know who. The Edmonton Oilers. But the Oilers here always struggle against this Toronto team. Much like Toronto dominates Calgary, they come right down and they pretty much beat Edmonton every time. Toronto's won 10 of the last 14 games between these two teams and 10 of the last 13 meetings here in Edmonton. Toronto has won and held over on the Oilers. So let's see what happens when they meet this time. The Oilers won the first one at Toronto 8-3 back in mid-December. Edmonton is 15-9 at home. Toronto just 10-14 as an underdog, but Toronto's gone over in 8 of their last 12 games coming in, including 5 of their last 7 on the road. Edmonton's gone over in 4 of their last 5 overall, and 12 of their last 18 at home have gone over. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over as well. There's no way that Toronto can't stay within Edmonton here, I would think, in this one. I'm starting to see this total. I've listed here at 6.5. Should be over, like way over the total anyway. I don't mean it should go way over, although it might. Because I see some 7 unders out there right now as well. So this 6.5 is needs to be updated. If it's 6.5, it might be over 40 here. I might just call it 7 under here, just because I'm seeing that. I'll put 6.5 over 35. It might be over 40 right now. It's expected to be an outrageous game, that's for sure, and I would think it is going to probably be a 4-3 special here. Where's Greg when we need him? Because I'm sure it'll be very, very similar to that. Like I said, 9 goals in the first meeting. The Final score of the two games between the two teams last year, Toronto won them both, 4-3 and 4-3. And the meetings before that, it was 6-3 Toronto. So these guys always have a ton of goals here. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'll take the over in this one. Probably at 7 goals. I'll go 6.5 over 35 or 40. That's what I'll do to make sure you get there on that 4-3. But I'm probably leaning for this dog here, or maybe even just a puck line price on Toronto here at minus. They're minus $1.45 plus 1.5, but they play well at Edmonton every time. Whenever every year Toronto comes in, takes on the Alberta teams, they play well against them. It's a Canadian thing, okay? Here we go. Mr. Wesker says Oilers are his team, but he's not going to lay $2 with this Oilers team right now against their nemesis in the Maple Leafs. And Timmy Two Shoes likes the fact that maybe they've been a little lethargic here and that maybe the Oilers will bounce back with a strong effort. He likes McDavid to have a goal and an assist. And Cal Dog, Toronto on the puck line. And Timmy Two Shoes says Cooch, 2 points. McDavid, 2 points. I'll take the over. All right, one more on the ice, and we had a great show here. Feel like I've got some winners in my bag. Seattle is taking on the Anaheim Ducks. NHL action here for Tuesday night. The Kraken come in here with a 4-game winning streak right now with wins over New Jersey, Washington, Toronto, and VGK. They look good in those games too. They actually outscored their opponents 17-7 in those 4 games. Right now, Kraken on a roll. Meanwhile, for the Ducks, they're slumping a little bit. They've lost 2 of their last 3, but they do come in off of a win over VGK last time out, 4-3 at home. They got the win in regulation. Anaheim's won 8 of their last 10 coming into this one. Meanwhile, Seattle 5-1 in their last 6. Seattle's won 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams, actually, including 5 straight games here in Anaheim. Now, Anaheim is probably playing better than the last couple of years, but the Kraken have also been pretty, decent and a little bit better than the Ducks, certainly, I think, over the last couple of seasons, even though the Ducks improved dramatically here this season. I kind of want to ride with the Kraken here to win it again between these two teams. Anaheim's gone over in 12 of their last 18. They've also gone over in 13 of their last 16 at home. Anaheim's 14-3 to the over as a favorite, although Seattle is 21-27 to the under as an underdog. We'll note, however, that for all the unders that the Kraken have been involved with this season, they are just 13 overs and 13 unders on the road. So, it's 6.5. In fact, it's 6.5, and it's slightly juiced to the under. So I'm going to take the Kraken here in this one, but I think it might be a goal fest as well. I would say right now, even though I'm usually the under guy, right? I got to go with the Grand Salami over tomorrow in the NHL. I just gave you 4 overs here with, I think, another lean in this one. So give me the Grand Salami to go over tomorrow. We'll see what it is. I would imagine it's going to be probably right in the range of 45. Maybe I'll just set the line here, and if it isn't 45, I'll probably go over, right? If it's 44, I'll go over. It might be 44.5 tomorrow. If it's 43.5, I'm definitely going over. I have over in a lot of these games tomorrow, and I'm usually Mr. Under guy, right? So, all right, let's see here. Last game comments. Kraken Revenge, says Cal Dog, for that 4-2 game just about 10 days ago. It was 4-2. Anaheim got the win. They did meet back in December as well. Seattle got the win in Anaheim 3-1. So they've won on each other's home ice so far. Timmy Two Shoes got a little parlay action with points parlay in there. All right, I guess that's the show. What a show we had, huh? Great hour with you guys here, talking sports and sports betting for Tuesday. Hey, make sure you head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Check out our premium picks over at Tony's Picks. Get you ready for the action here on Tuesday. Click on the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. Open last week, it's Joey Tron, 18-4. There's Vegas Hal. What a record he's on here, a little bit close to 70%. Bo Dunn's been awesome since coming back to Tony's Picks, clicking in at nearly 65%. There's Stax McKelvey, also very strong here of late, nearly 70% as well. Shane Mickle up there with a good record. Stephen Duncan killing the hockey. Mr. Bittler is also in the green over the last 7 days. Nick Lagaretos as well. Jorge Gonzalez doubles is up there, and there's me and DeAndre who put our $131 together and head on out to the strip for a buffet. That's what we'll do, DeAndre. We'll see you later on. All right, click on the All Cappers tab. That's how you find the list of handicappers. Click on the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Why not join me for the next 7 days over at Tony's Picks? Get my All Sports Premium Pass for 7 days for $149. I'll give you a great week of action here at Tony's Picks. All right, that's going to do it. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all those premium pick packages. And that's going to do it here for Night Moves. I want to appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for spurring me along here with the action on Tuesday night. We'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 50,000 subscriber juggernaut. And for Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.